today as the first speaker of the affirmative team, I would like to state it that this house, as a parent from a middle-income family, would adopt free-range parenting as opposed to helicopter parenting as our motion. So first, let's define our things in the motion first. The first, middle-income family, meaning that we as a parent can afford or give the daily need for the children, but we cannot afford the privilege that the higher income family can give to the children. And the next one, we will talk about free range parenting, is the practice of nurturing children by promoting their independence and reducing parental supervision tailored to their developmental stage and with an acceptance of reasonable personal risks. Next one is helicopter parenting, is often referred as the over part. In overparenting, it involves excessive levels of involvement and control by parents in their children's life. Now looks into the status quo in nowadays life that many people, mostly in Asian countries, still adopting the practical of helicopter parenting to their child. And now there are three problems that we want to highlight here. That first, children's survival skills such as being an independent and confident person are significantly reduced. So children are getting forced to get the standard of their parents, having the control over what they can and what they want to do, resulting a lack of motivation. This lack of motivation will make the children easily feel stressed. They will not feel confident and have less initiative trait because they need to do things their parent told them to do, not about what they want. And the second one is creativity is being limited, which causes stress to children. For humans, moreover children, it is natural for them to explore the world. They want to do a lot of things, they want to try new things, and they want to find their own nature and passion. The limitation given by helicopter parenting will significantly limit the exploration of the children. In effect, creativity will also get limited. As a parent, we want children to be able to survive healthy and of course happy. If they cannot find their own passion because the limitation, they will not be happy due to something they then often like, and this will cause stress that might leak into depression for the children. And the third one, children will often keep their problem for themselves, like because the parent that adopt helicopter parenting will be involved in excessive levels of involvement and control of their children's life. The children will have no privacy and they will feel pressure because the children to keep their problems for themselves, because when they need advice and support, they usually just got judged instead by the parents, and the children will also feel uncomfortable because the parents sometimes involve too much about their problem. And we move to the stance of our team as the affirmative team, that first, we believe that helicopter parenting will cut off important skills and understanding of consequences skills. And the next one, we believe that free range parenting can lead more benefits for the children and the parents. And next, we'll move on to our goal, that first, we want to adopt free range parenting so children can grow more basic survival skills such as, for example, independent and initiative and creativity. And the second one, we want to build a better bond and relationship in a family. And the next one, we'll talk about the mechanism of our team, that first, we will adopt free range parenting as opposed to helicopter parenting. And the second one, we will introduce the true life to our children, such as understanding about the risk of what they do and what they want to do. So the next one, but what we need to prove as the affirmative team, there are two things that we need to prove. That first, why the adoption of free range parenting as opposed to helicopter parenting can be justified, and the second one, why is the free range parenting offers more benefit than the helicopter parenting. So, but the argument, we have three arguments here. That first is the urgency of our team, and the second one is justification, and the last one is effectivity. And why the adoption of free range parenting as opposed to helicopter parenting can be justified. So first, the adoption of free range parenting is a better way to make sure that our children can survive and live happily in their life. First, they will know more about how their act can have risk and how their act will affect their life. The second one, they will grow more independent trait because they know the risk of what they're doing since they were a child, because they often can initiate about their own passion. And the third one, nowadays a lot of parents, for example in Indonesia, is adopting the practical of helicopter parenting. They have an education standard and will be met if the children cannot achieve their standard, and they don't want to be debated by the kid, and they will not let the kid talks about how they feel, and they don't want to listen about the kids' argument. This is because parents that adopt this way of parenting often feels like they know more about the child compared to the child know about themselves. And this will make the children feel not confident when they want to say something or even talk about their problem to the parents. No, but why can we justify the adoption of free-range parenting? That first, every children have the right to express their feelings and arguments, and we need to agree about this together, because children is also people and they have feelings and they want to be listened. And the second one, every children have their own standards, so it cannot be forced by the parents. And the third one is every children must be able to survive and know about the consequences of what they do. Because we live in mid-income family, we need to give the understanding about the children about how they can survive with less privilege than people with higher class of economy. So the children needs to understand about what consequences will be given by something they do, and it must be realistic from them so they can understand about the real consequences of what they do. Now let's talk about the effectivity, but how is the free range parenting be more effective than helicopter parenting? That first, the adoption of free range parenting offers more benefits and gives the children the same opportunity to do something that fits with their passion. It can also grow independent skill of the child and more survival skill than the skill to understand about the consequences of what they do. And the second one is helicopter parenting limits a lot of alternatives that the kid can grow, because the parents are getting involved too much in what the kid's doing. They will be less upon about their problems, argument, and feelings to their parents. No, this causes them to be easily feel stressed, feel pressure, and might lead into depression that will significantly affect the children's future. Now, the child can also be less responsible about the consequences of what they do as an adult in the future, because they've been doing things that their parents told them to do since they were a child. Now let's move into our trade-off of the affirmative team. That the opposite team might state that helicopter parenting can also grow an understanding of consequences based on what the children do. Now let's look again. In fact, there's a big difference between the risk of what the parents without helicopter parenting with the risk of consequences the child need to understand. Let's compare this. In free-range parenting, we will tell the kid about the real consequences. For example, if a child sleeps late, we will tell them that they will feel tired in the next day, and this will build an understanding to the child that he need to sleep, not because the parent will be mad, but because how it will affect their self. Now, what about in helicopter parenting? The parents often use rules like punishment for the child if they don't fulfill the parents' expectation of what they want the child to do. Like for example, the child want to sleep late. Rather than telling the child about the consequences, the parents often be angry and tell the child about an unrealistic risk in the future, like getting spanked or being yelled for a whole day without knowing why they should not sleep late. If we compare both parenting systems, it is clear that free-range parenting gives the real consequences understanding, while helicopter parenting just gives the children about unrealistic consequences. And this is why, as the affirmative team, we would state it that this house, as a parent from a middle-income family, would adopt free-range parenting as opposed to helicopter parenting. Thank you very much.